Oh, why'd you go and say that? Freax, the website was a mistake, yeah.
Maybe instead of using the Twitter Freaks intro, we should use the George Santos "Hey Jillian" intro.
Hey, Jillian.
I love it. It's so good. One more time.
Hey, Jillian. So I hear you are a avid studier of DC politics.
I love him so much. He's so good. Whatever happened to George Santos? He's like a reply guy now. He like replies to people. Oh, this one's good too.
Hey Nadir, just wanted to let you know you're a little dicked bastard. And you can suck my regular sized dick.
That one's good too. That's what I appreciate that one a lot. What? I've sent you this, Farfa. I thought I was going insane. Wait. Farfa, you've never seen the Stavros Hey Nadir video? Oh, check this shit out, buddy. Here it is.
Hey Nadir, just wanted to let you know you're a little dicked bastard. And you can suck my regular sized dick.
You can't believe he's never seen that. That's a classic. It's like a year old. I sent it to him. Ugh. Who is that a cameo from? It's a podcaster and a stand-up comic who, in the wake of the Roe v. Wade overturning, did like, I'll do cameos for people if they donate to pro-choice organizations. Just tell me who to make fun of. And I was like, I should make one for Farfa. So I sent it to him. And I got him to say, hey, Nadir, you have a little dick. George Santos is Harris's running mate. Oh, thank God. And he never saw it, apparently. Apparently not. All right, I'm going to play the Freaks jingle again so we can start from here.
Oh, why'd you go and say that? Freax, the website was a mistake, yeah.
All right, Twitter Freaks. You know, I'm actually pretty sick of shit happening, by the way. Do we have live footage of Chuddy? Because that stupid Wojak that keeps saying that nothing ever happens has got to be, stocks are at an all-time low. Things keep happening. I need them to happen less. You know, there's just so much that happened this week. So we're going to start with the most important thing this week, which is, of course, this right here. POV, you stopped eating processed foods. This is like so true. So I don't know if you guys know, but what's making you sick isn't like a poor diet or a lack of exercise. It's the amount of processed food that you're consuming. You need to be eating natural food, like the naturally occurring blue raspberry flavored Prime. I like this one because it's like the Prime is the funny part, but also like the crackers and the feta are insanely, like, almost everything in this picture except for the cherry tomatoes and like the zucchini or cucumber or whatever, but also maybe that, you know. The counter is processed. The spoon is the least processed part. True. Very true. What does Ruxin want? Oh, I'm sorry, Ruxin. I should respond to you. I'll do that later tonight. Next up. Folks, we're starting off with a little bit of politics, and I apologize to Factor. You know, I did read the brief. It didn't say I couldn't do politics. But I just want to let everyone know that Factor does not endorse the content of Twitter Freaks. And more importantly, you should type _Factor for 50% off your first box and 20% off additional boxes for the next month by using my code. But this guy's not about to get 20% off his prison sentence. We have Aberdeen, Washington City Councilman Riley Carter has been arrested for, what's that? Pedophilia. And here's his most recent picture. I gotta say, I don't... This whole new thing online where people are like super performative about pedophilia and they're like, kill your local pedophile. I hate pedophiles. It always strikes me as very telling. I'm always like, wow, okay. Because, like, have you ever met anyone who's pro-pedophile? I haven't. I feel like they're like, hey, the first thing you need to know about me is I can't stand pedophiles. It's like, yeah, I should hope so, right? Like I'm pretty sure most people are in that boat. It's like people you know what it reminds me of? It's like the conservative version of like the guys on Tinder who would respond with like, I'm thinking about inequity. It's just making me so mad. It's not fair that life isn't equal, you know? It's so strange. It's like, yeah, dude, I don't think but it's always people who are like super excited to think of a way to, I don't know, do like the Punisher, but for pedophiles. And then, hey, you know, now someone raided the house and guess what they found? The ones that I feel really weird about are like the content brained ones. The people I know you all saw this last week where the guy was like filming like an alleged pedophile like eating the world's hottest chip and apologizing to the to chat. Did you guys see this? It's super weird, like super strange. It was just torture porn, but they were like, "Don't worry, he's a pedophile." I'm like, I hope so, but also like, is he gonna change his mind after eating hot chip? Is that the plan? It's really strange because the other thing is, doesn't it not help anybody? Right? Because it's not like those people are entrapping those people and then building a case that they hand off to the police. They literally are just doing it. They make a video about it. They get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, and then they dip. Like the person gets to keep living their life. They just have an embarrassing video of them eating hot chip online. I don't know. Really strange. Here's the hot chip tweet if you want it. I really don't want to watch it. Really don't want to watch it. Ugh. Moving on. This is totally true. This is Maury Calliope.
Now listen up, Gen Z, cause I've had enough of it. This whole cancel culture. Damn, y'all are so sensitive. At first I ignored it, but now you crossed the line by going after a very dear friend of mine. You wanna cancel Eminem cause he's too aggressive and mean. Your feelings are hurt, you wish his lyrics were more clean. How dare he openly speak about such violent things like murdering his wife. Now we're all arguing about whether or not to play his music on air. This generation thinks they control what's not theirs, trying to cancel what you weren't around for in the first place. I will buy...
It's so true. The unfortunate truth is I can't tell if it's been put through an AI that sounds like Maury Calliope. But I will say the strange part about this one is this is one more in a long series of, I guess, TikToks or like videos that have been cropping up over the last week. Have you guys seen the Gen X Rise Up thing that's happening? Someone made like I think a snap filter, like putting a big red X on their head, and they're like, no, all right, let's just open up the lessons in meme culture about it.
Done it. They've finally become cringe. After years of staying out of the spotlight as the generation everyone forgets between boomers, millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, they've found their niche. Gen Xers are talking about rising up, with a big red and black X filter on their foreheads as created by Generator X, identifying themselves as not only old, but also completely lacking self-awareness.
This whips ass. It's so cool. I love Gen X. They're so great. It's like an entire generation of people that you talk to them. You're like, hey, man, how are you doing? And they go, we were the first generation to grow up outside. Yeah, out till the streetlights came on, drinking from the hose. The original latchkey kids. We walked the walk, we talked the talk, and we didn't take any shit from anybody. And it's like, okay, man, how was your day? You know, they're great. They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And they really love Eminem. They love Eminem more than life itself. They're so easy to rile up for that reason in particular. It is also very funny that, like, politically, I think Gen X is the least represented generation in the history of time. Like, currently, the number one generation in control of everything is still boomers, and then it's millennials. Like, for some reason, like, no Gen Xers ever ran for anything or did anything. It's so funny. Oh, man. It's wonderful. This is what Gen Peeps is. It's not. No. What does Gen X stand for? Their only cultural touchstone was Eminem. No, they had like the hose, hey peeps, Nice to see you. Peeps, I appreciate the raid. I got to ask you, did you hear that Gen Z is trying to cancel Eminem? Isn't Kamala Gen X? She's not. She's a boomer. That's why she's going to win, is because she's not part of that decrepit generation. Now, next thing I want to talk about is if you want to stop the aging process that turns you into an uncool loser like the majority of Gen X individuals have become, you can participate in anti-aging rituals like this man right here. I love this guy. Let's just see what exactly he's doing to ensure that his chakras are aligned.
I just performed a ritual where I stuck this up my anus, which is a beautiful roque made of black obsidian to remove impurities, to prepare for this. And I stuck this up my butthole, actually using a rubber tree condom, because most condoms are made by slaves and they're made of fake rubber.
That's
but
true.
This company actually makes real rubber. They're called Glide, made ethically in Australia. So I put that on there and I just stuck it up my ass. Now, in our culture, that would be called gay behavior.
That is true.
But in ancient cultures, before the dominator system took over, Spartan men, Edo-Japan men,
That's true.
the alpha males of First Nations tribes, as well as the double soul shamans,
That's true.
Druids, the Celtic warriors.
Yep.
Before battle, they would suck each other's nipples. They would massage the mushroom meridian, the heart meridian.
Mushroom
right
meridian,
here,
yeah, we all
just
remember
to prepare
this.
for battle. So all these things are actually warrior technologies.
That's true.
Doesn't that sound so much better? Warrior technology.
Wow, I
just
got to
performed a-
agree. I got to agree. That's crazy. I love this guy. This is like one of my favorite guys online. He's always talking about this type of stuff. And he's always using that exact cadence as he describes the like weirdest, strangest thing ever. Warrior technologies. I mean, what could you say, truthfully? Next up. Okay. So this one got a lot of play this weekend. Okay. So I don't think I can even find the original video. But do you guys know how sororities do recruitment videos? So to start a recruitment season, sororities will put out this video where they all do a big old dance together. Usually it's to whatever pop song is big, and they all do gymnastics routines and stuff like that. So they did one to Chapel Roan's Hot to Go. And so there were so many quote tweets that were like, love that Chapel is getting recognition, but I fear half of them would probably call her a slur. And then the reply, I'm the president of this chapter, and I'm also queer. LGBTQ people in sororities exist, and we are just having fun. I saw Chapel in concert in February. I had the absolute best time at her show while filming this TikTok, sending all the love to her. Okay. So the original consensus on this was it's like, wow, sororities are very exclusionary. It's strange that they're using this song from a queer artist to try and get people to join. And then people started being like, well, times change and sororities are more inclusive. And, I would say maybe lay off them a little bit. You have to stop thinking that everyone online is someone who would bully you in middle school. I'm coming down in the middle of this, insofar as I'm saying that might be true, but you guys can't be falling for this. Come on, you don't think sororities are bad to gay people? Come on. I don't know if everything changed in the 8 years since I got out of college, but come on. There's so many of these that are like, whoo, boy. Anyone ever met someone in a sorority? They'll make out with a girl in a heartbeat. That's a little different though, isn't it? That's a little different. As a novelty. No, they just hate. Wait. I was in a fraternity and half of us were gay. Well, that's different. That's just boys being boys. Maybe it's different in different places. I would be open to the fact that I'm wrong and things have changed a lot, but that's just warrior technology. Yeah, you're just describing warrior technology. Next up. They are not sending their best. Did you just look at my boobs just now? How do you respond to this without sounding like a misogynist pervert? Okay, so I guess I have one, right? No. But this guy has a better one that I think maybe makes him sound a little less like a misogynist pervert. Let's check it out. Did you just try to call me out on a biological instinct you're exploring with a super stimulus for attention so you can secure resources without providing pregnancies? Yeah, I think that works too. That's close. I would say Redditor. I don't think this person is a Redditor. This is not what Redditors sound like. This is the guy from Count Cells. Oh, this guy does have a lugubrious vocabulary. What did he say? A gargantuan vocabulary. All right. Let's get off let's get off of these weird things we've been doing today. Look at my boobs, warrior superstructure, stuff like that. Let's talk about what really matters. I'm talking about card games, right? More importantly, let's talk about the greatest card game, One Piece, and the scandal that is rocking the One Piece world. Let's begin with this. Ready? The helping cat. As promised, I have obtained video from a game in which a cat is suspicious for having helped a player cheat in an online event. I would like to start by saying that bringing attention to cases like this has got me in trouble due to different policies. Yeah, I wonder how. So thanks for the support. This incident occurred during the LATAM Online Treasure Cup. Watch it. Okay, ready? Going to be the guy on the right.
Sí. Okay.
So here's the question. Do you think that the cat knocked over the deck and he just was trying to put it back together? Or do you think the cat has been trained to knock over the deck at an opportune moment just for him to sneak some extra cards inside the deck? 100% cheating, trained, cat, inside job, cat is evil, Chet, trained cat, absolutely trained, crisis actor for sure. Secondly, have any of you ever tried to train a cat? But before you come down too hard on the innocence side, I do want to say, footage from another round. He has a second cat. Listen, I've seen enough. Exile. Send him to the ban list. This man has employed a whole legion of cats to help him cheat in the One Piece trading card game. A second cat has hit the game stage. Guilty. This shit would go crazy in Pearly, though. Oh, wait, here's Dinkafam replying. He's like, oh, 2 cats. This has summoned me. Next up. All right, I guess we should talk about the fucking the Empire. Do you guys want to talk about the Empire today? So in case you didn't realize, very fun stuff is happening in Britain this week. Just show kind of this kind of stuff right here. Okay, so the short of it is, I think it was erroneously reported, and you all can tell me if I'm wrong about this, that a migrant committed some crime against a kid, and as a result, like 45 billion Nazis, I think, like 80% of the inhabitants of England decided they were going to just start roaming the streets and just doing crime. There's like videos of them like blocking traffic and then like looking inside the car and being like, he's white, let him through. And then the next guy comes in, he's like, he's not white, go back home. There's like there's this video of them like trying to beat down and kick down the doors of businesses owned by like non-white people, and then eventually they just say fuck it and they start looting businesses just generally. They're like, I could use some new shoes, let's loot a Payless. And it's been a hell of a week. I hope all of my friends in this area are okay. I hope they're all safe. Really strange stuff all around. Does the UK not have hate crime laws? Depends on the type of person you're doing. Dexit. Perfectly sane and reasonable country, by the way. I mean, I can't be like too judgmental because we have similar stuff happen occasionally, but it seemed very widespread from what I was seeing to a degree that like has not happened in the past. Do you think Farfa participated? I actually have on... I'm almost 100% sure that Nadir did participate in these protests. He was knocking down the windows of his local OTS to steal Rarity Collection 2. It's I mean, he may have even been responsible for it. I think possibly in some way, shape, or form. He may have planned it. And same with January 6th. I agree. Farfa is a Marxist extremist, so it makes sense. I've heard that too. We'll get to it. Don't worry. But yeah, really, really rough stuff. I hope that everyone is doing good. I hope that everyone is no one was hurt or killed or anything like that. I do like this tweet. China is extremely concerned with civil unrest in the UK and attacks on ethnic minorities. We urge the government to do everything in their capacity to ensure their safety. China reserves the right to intervene if the situation in the UK does not improve. President Xi, the missiles. These people, some I assume are very good people in England. Some I assume are very good people, but they're not ready to be a civilized country. President Xi, send them. We reserve the right to intervene. I hope they exercise that right. Next up. All right, so politics across the pond are terrible right now. They're not going particularly good, right? But politics in America are going fantastic. We're having a great time right now. Aren't you a Marxist extremist? That's what I've heard. I've been told. First, let's take a look at the boy himself. So it's been a pretty bad week economically. We'll talk about that at the end, but don't worry. We have the plan to pay off the debt. Here we go.
I think it's good. Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand him a little crypto check, right? We'll hand him a little Bitcoin.
So true. So true.
And wipe out our $35 trillion.
We'll hand him a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $37 trillion. I agree. We agree. God, he's so right. He's true. I think that this could happen. He's talking like Tim Heidecker. I'm telling you, Trump is becoming the avatar of the people doing Trump impressions. He is sounding more and more like people doing his impression every day. It's so strange. Oh, man. Even the interviewer is like, what the fuck, man? It's good. It's good. But this isn't even the craziest thing that Trump did this week. The craziest thing was probably the fact that he went on an Aiden Ross stream. So I don't know if you all saw this, but Kick streamer Aiden Ross took a short break from like doing Omegle randos to talk with the former president of the United States. And also XQC was there in a shirt that looks like Trump. It has like Trump with a grill on or something. Just watch this insane clip.
Am I gonna close the door really quick? I want to show them the rap. Sure. Check out this rap and let me know your honest thoughts.
I think it's incredible.
Why do we have the Trump wrapped Cybertruck? But real quick, I want to draw attention to this the quote tweet here, which says 5 seconds in, you can see the Grinch peering through the driver's side door. Can we please watch this together? Behold.
Am I gonna close the door really quick? I want to show them the rap. Sure.
That's the fucking Grinch. Are you kidding? That is the Grinch. What the fuck? What's he doing in there? And look, I'm gonna play it. It's clear. It's the Grinch.
Check out this rap and let me know your.
What the fuck? That was the Grinch. What is he doing there?
Honest thoughts.
I think it's.
Is he part of the administration? Is he the CEO of Kick? Aiden Ross just gifted Donald Trump a custom Cybertruck. Oh boy, that's cool. That's awesome, man. But also maybe illegal, right? I hate to be like this, but I'm pretty sure that presidential candidates aren't allowed to accept that type of shit. This is violating campaign laws? Yeah, no. What's the limit? I think the limit is like what, $200 or something. This is a little higher than $200. $3,500. Yeah. But we've got don't worry, the most prescient legal minds on the issue right now. We've got the biggest geniuses in the history of time, courtesy of people responding to a drama alert post. Hassan accuses Aiden Ross of election crime. Leftist streamer Hassan Piker accuses Aiden Ross of election crime by gifting Trump a Rolex. So here's the thing. Aiden Ross is committing a potential FEC violation by offering a presidential candidate a Rollie worth well over $3,300 before they react together to a PowerPoint slide of friends of Trump. All right? Here are the geniuses in the responses. Am I... you know what? What are we going to say instead? Am I silly or is he? I like silly. If he's saying it's a donation, no, that's a gift from a friend to a friend. That's not a donation to help campaign anything. That's what I love is I love people doing this. People love to do this. They love to be like, I've outsmarted the people who do finance for a living. What if instead of a bribe, I say it's a gift from a friend to a friend? Then it's legal. It's like, do you really think they haven't thought of that? Like day one bribery understanding. You can't give gifts, but donations in the millions is okay. It's not. Is this? It's a personal gift, not a campaign donation. Yup, that's what the law's about. This was a gift, not a donation. Are you fucking silly? It's good. It's not a donation. It's a gift. Dangerous deputy, not the legal conclusion you want to be making. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Next up. Wearing his name to surprise him. This is personalized lingerie that says Doug. This is what I wear to roulette. This is what I wear this to roulette pretty much every day. Oh, boy. Next up. All right, we got to talk about the economy crashing. Okay, so earlier today, the economy crashed. Over $3.8 trillion has been wiped from the stock and crypto markets within the last week. This crash is now ranked as the largest destruction of wealth in history. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that can't be true. Right? Surely this doesn't outweigh, like, the Depression. But it is bad, for sure. It's really not fantastic. They took a nosedive earlier today and has been rallying since. My understanding is that it's the result of Japanese interest rates that were kind of artificially low. Of course, I'm not an economist, so I could be completely wrong. But it's very funny to think that, like, yeah, there's like a significant amount of just like load-bearing things in the economy that, if tinkered with just a little bit, cause a huge crash. And a significant amount of the crash, to my understanding, was in crypto specifically, which, like, I mean, you kind of had to expect. Not to be an asshole, but, like, what did you think was going to happen? And then, in fact, it's been so bad for crypto. I believe this is what? $1 billion has been liquidated from the cryptocurrency market in the past 24 hours. I'll be real with you. I didn't know there was 1 billion in the cryptocurrency market. That's crazy. Dyer says, all my stocks are in non-tech stuff and my money actually went up today. Well, you don't have to rub it in, Dyer. All my money was in apes, so you will not be being paid for the next month. Time to buy the dip. That's what I'm saying, baby. Oh, no. All my apes gone. And finally, at least there is one company that has made it out of this disastrous predicament in the black. I'm talking about Tesla. Tesla seems okay to me. Hell of a graph. Wait a minute. Is that Tesla cumulative revenue since founding? Wait. Hold up. This isn't... This is just total? Wow, it never goes down. That's crazy. How did that happen? Oh my God. It's incredible. Wow. My cumulative age since birth. I mean, I think it'd look exactly the same, right? Oh man. That's not a graph. It's a bar chart. There you go. Oh. Line does go up. Why don't other companies do this? That's what I'm saying. Well, I don't think Tesla made this. I think this guy made this. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad to see that they are still open, I guess, is what this means. What's his response? I made this explainer for those observing that revenue can't be negative, so the number can only go up. It has recently come to my attention many of you don't know how to read the curve of a cumulative chart. Oh, brother. If only there was a way to represent the curve of this chart without just eyeballing it. Some sort of other form of measurement. Oh, man. But that would require a rudimentary understanding of calculus, so it's actually impossible. Let's do some of the stuff from my own life before we wrap it up. All right, so... first and foremost, I was raked over the fucking coals this weekend. But we'll begin with this. This comes from a Magic, a Magic Twitter personality. I don't know who she is. I don't keep track of Magic people. I apologize. Says, y'all, it's time for us to step it up and do better as a community. The Yu-Gi-Oh players have us fucking beat on memes and shit posts. And then, like, I'm sorry, just posts some Master Duel meta quality memes. I'm sorry, they're just not great. They're not fantastic, but she is right. In the context of Magic, it's like manna from heaven. Magic memes, they are so rough. You all had a fun weekend with that Mpreg elephant, but since then, it's been like, oh my God. We get it. Jace, right? I understand. The Ojama is a 410. I would say the Ojama is a 410, yes. An MTG player would die at a Season 1 prog meme thread. If a Magic the Gathering player saw one of those JR edits that gets 100 likes of like Doug and Nim Nim fan cams, they would piss themselves. They would get custom sleeves that would say like they not like us and it's Gage attacking with a Cyber Dragon. Some people are getting their plushies in. That's cute. We already have the jar one. I know what you're thinking. Someone's going to come in the jar and fill it up to the top. Nope. It's a Clear World reference. That's good. Whew. Dodged a bullet on that one. I guess we can talk about the boxing discussion. I think it's kind of run its course by now. But it's been really funny that, like, at this point, a lot of the women's sports in the Olympics, everyone's like, this isn't fair. I have a sneaking suspicion that the women in this sport are actually secretly men. And I think it's been a good litmus test as to how people's brains have been cooked. And how you can't even enjoy the fucking Olympics anymore. I mean, at least be a normal person and make up like some sort of nationalist lie, like the Chinese are secretly doping or something. There's got to be something better than this. I personally got raked over the coals for this thumbnail. Now, before I defend this thumbnail, I just want to say I didn't make this thumbnail. It was my thumbnail person, and it's their fault, not mine, even though I did sign off on it and say that I do like it. Now, Is this thumbnail a lie? Yes, it is. I would say that it is. In it are like 12 duelists, and I think one of them has quit, and only one of them. It's just Jess. I'm pretty sure maybe Billy Brake has quit. I don't know if it depends on the format as to whether he's actually played it or not. But I still think the discussion therein was valuable and interesting, and obviously it's completely told within the perspective of the Jess video, and I think it's a little disingenuous to be like, oh, MBT is clickbaiting. I clicked this video titled "Why Are Yu-Gi-Oh's Best Players Quitting the Game?" and got a discussion as to why the best players are quitting the game. Okay, but I get it. It is also clickbait. It is also clickbait. I'm not gonna lie. It is clearly clickbait. I should have put DK'd in it. Yeah. This led to a scenario where Josh tweeted, "Can't believe this is the way I find out I was fired from Yu-Gi-Oh!" And then Josh's parents saw this tweet and it was like, they just called me super worried, asking why I quit. And so I changed the thumbnail to, and this is real, it's not like an edit that I posted. I did change the thumbnail to this for about 5 minutes. "Sorry for scaring you, Mr. and Mrs. Schmidt, my bad." But you may notice that's not what this says. It actually says, "Sorry for scaring you, Mrs. and Ms. Schmidt." So 1, I apologize, Josh, for scaring your family. 2, I apologize for insinuating you have 2 moms. You might. I don't know anything about your family. But I and that one of them was unmarried. I did not mean to do that. I'm just very stupid. And then I did end up changing the thumbnail, but people had a lot of fun, like, doing bits about it. They like Farfa had a good one. This is Swole who made the original thumb. He says it changed his name to Multi-Chummy Perulia. Says, "Can't believe this is the way I found out I was fired from Yu-Gi-Oh!" It's like Farfa says he made it worse. "Why are the Democratic best candidates dropping out of the?" There was one on Master Duel meta, which was like, "Why are people quitting Master Duel?" And it was all the best decks in Master Duel. It was. I'm glad people could have a day of fun at my expense. But I did get this really good reply. This person replied to one of them. He said, "MBT is one of the most disingenuous people I know," which is not fair. I like to think of it as doing bits. And then someone was like, "What do you mean by that?" And they replied and said, "MBT is a Marxist. He has no integrity." I don't know why people think this. I don't know why people are like, "Oh yeah, Joseph, he's like #1 Marx fan. He's a fucking Marxist. He's the worst. You're the most law-pilled guy." That is so true. I love the Constitution more than anything else. But I do like the responses here. Let me see if I can find it. Farfa is a Marxist too. I am aware. We agree. We agree. He's right. He's so right. Oh, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And then finally, this is a pick from the Illustrals local. We both opened Ask Rabbit. Look how excited my opponent is that we both opened Ask Rabbit. And then the final thing I want to talk about is this Noah Lyles thing. So Noah was very much in the news this week. Firstly, because he won one of his events that he was not expected to win by a hair. The 100-meter, yeah. I think his like event of choice is 200, and he won the 100 by legitimately like 0.005 of a second. And if you look at the video, it looks like his opponent makes it across first, and then people had to be like, "No, your torso clearing is what gets you the win, not necessarily your foot." And man, he really did it. And firstly, insanely funny that he did it after putting up this incredible video last year that I sent to Farfa, because it's exactly Farfa's position on when they said at the NAWCQ the world champion.
Champion of what? The United States?
It's so.
The thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals, and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times.
I love the U.S.
But
at
that
times.
ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on.
They were so mad at him for this. They were so mad at him. People were like out for blood over this. And then he backed it up. That's incredible. I really like when someone is a hater and then they back it up. It's fantastic. But he did win gold. And I think NBC in their coverage of it posted a, what's it called? Like a Yu-Gi-Oh card of him. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, here it is. Check it out. Terrible stats. 1776 defense, 1931 attack. What is that? That's, that's awful for an 8-star. No, I don't think so. But that's because like 1931 was his best time for something. 1776 was, I hear that's an important year. Best 200-meter time, yeah. But it's cute. I do appreciate that they're doing this. And I think that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is actually doing something with him, too. I don't think I can talk about it because it was data mined, but I believe you should watch the Duel Links space in the coming days, which might have something happen. And then the final thing, and of course I tweeted your prizing is on the way with another verse Glatonia. The final thing is this Blue Eyes Link one, which we'll talk about tomorrow on New Cards PogChamp. And thus concludes Twitter Freaks. I'm going to take a piss, and then we are going to watch Saga. Oh, no RFK? Fine, we'll do RFK. Okay, very last thing I want to talk about. Okay, so before... So in the United States of America, we have, for the longest time, we had two dementia-addled, candidates who could barely speak their way out of a paper bag. But thankfully, this two-party system is about to be upended by a magnanimous, glorious third-party candidate in RFK. The problem is he is also insane for different reasons. The big story of the past couple of months with him was that he has a worm in his brain. It turns out he had a brain worm that ate a sizable chunk out of that shit before dying of mercury poisoning because he eats so much tuna. All real, to my understanding. Today, in order to get out ahead of an expected hit piece, he admitted... I don't think I can even watch this.
In a group of people falconing up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley. And I was supposed to meet them there at like maybe 8 or 9. I was driving up maybe...
I'll speed this up for you. He was going to meet people for falconing and found a dead bear carcass on the side of the road. He picked up the carcass and he staged it in such a way that it would look like someone had hit it with a bicycle and killed it on accident, then dumped it in Central Park. But before he did that, he took a picture of himself with the bear. What is going on? What is going on here, folks? It's rough. But the funniest part of this one is, does anyone have the Does anyone have the what's it called? The tweet about it? Someone here, let me see if is this it? It is. In 2014, this is real. This guy, Mark Sundstrom, tweets, "Who the fuck hits a bear cub with their car and then brings it to drop it in Central Park?" And then the quote tweet, "Well, it took 10 years, but I got my answer." I mean, they're going to have to pry me off this site, man. They are going to have to pry me off this site. Pry me to the moon.